Welcome to this non-exclusive episode of Monday Movie Pickup. I have an unboxing of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on my Daily Cinephile page when I bought the movie last week. But yeah, this is a great movie. One of my favorites of 2022. Sam Raimi is really showing that he can still handle a comic book movie, and I hope he gets some more in the future, or at least give him any kind of movie, because I've missed seeing Sam Raimi stuff on the big screen. But it's a very entertaining movie. I thought it was a great sequel to Doctor Strange, but also just a good standalone comic book movie. As you can see, like a lot of the Marvel Blu-rays, there's no disc art here, but there's disc art for the 4K. I think I said this previously, but I do have a 4K player now, and I think I'm going to try to watch out for the 4K Blu-ray releases of the Marvel stuff. I already owned some 4K releases for different Marvel movies, but, you know, once I got my player, the first thing I watched was Spider-Man No Way Home, and in 4K, and I was very impressed by the detail, and I watched some snippets from Endgame, and I could even see a difference compared to the regular Blu-ray that I've watched many times of Endgame. So I know that it's probably worth getting for the Marvel movies. I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and upgrade everything in the future, who knows, but for the meantime, I'm keeping away from upgrading anything to 4K. I'm not going to do it unless there's a movie that I hear really needs to be upgraded to 4K. And but for future Marvel movies, yeah, I'm going to try to buy them on 4K, which is why I did get the Eternals, but I found it on an eBay listing for a very low price to get this 4K edition. I do have to say, too, with these 4Ks, I do like that everything is uniform with the cases and everything, so that is kind of appealing because, as you can see, it's always a bit of a mess back here with all the different types of covers, especially with, like, the Marvel movies, which I kind of wish were all uniform. But here's The Eternals, a movie that I didn't really enjoy much, but I know it's not the most popular of the Marvel movies, but certainly have to still have it in the collection, like some of the other MCU movies, or Marvel movies in general that may not be as great. The Eternals wasn't awful, it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't a movie that worked for me. Maybe I could rewatch it and I could like it more, because that's happened a few times with some of the other Marvel Cinematic Universe films. But speaking of bad Marvel movies in general, yes, that means I also have to get Morbius. I am back to having everything up to date for the Marvel collection as far as the Blu-rays that are currently out, so I should have every Marvel movie currently available on Blu-ray. And yeah, this movie is, I got this from eBay as well for very cheap, even cheaper than Eternals, and, you know, I did a review of this movie on my YouTube channel, and you know, it's great. Sony at least gives the Blu-rays, the regular Blu-rays, some disc art, so that's kind of nice. But no, this is not a movie that I felt needed to be on 4K, and I don't know when I'll be seeing it in the future. You know, this kind of took the same approach that Venom took, which was like, let's do a throwback kind of mid-2000s type of superhero movie. Morbius is like, let's do that too, except let's be a really bad one. And I'm not even a fan of the Venom movies, but this was a whole nother level of bad. And even then, it's not like the worst movie of the year. It's really not. It's fun to dunk on, but yeah, I do kind of question a lot of the editing choices and what exactly was the original movie going to be, because clearly they cut a lot out and it shows. So here's The Batman, the complete series. This is the series that went from 2004 to 2008. I already owned the animated series. There's also the Batman Beyond series that's on Blu-ray. And the other Batman shows have been released on either DVD or Blu-ray in the past. For the most part, there might be some that haven't quite made it. The TV movie, Batman vs. Dracula, I believe it was a TV movie. It might have actually only been direct-to-video. But either way, I own that DVD. That was not included in the set for some reason. It just didn't get the Blu-ray upgrade for... I don't know if they plan to do it in the future or what, but still it's very cool that Warner Archive is still taking the time to release whatever was left of Batman material on Blu-ray, or any other TV shows that just haven't seen a Blu-ray release or DVD release. This does come with a booklet on all the episodes, just like Batman Beyond and Batman the Animated Series did. You know, the general artwork on each for each disc. And then I have here Beverly Hills Cop 3. So this is the 3-movie collection. I was waiting for this one for quite a while. I never owned the first Beverly Hills Cop on Blu-ray. It's the only one I've seen, but I was interested in checking out the sequels, especially the third one, which was directed by John Landis. Now, unfortunately, it looks like the only special features are for the first movie. There's nothing on the second or third movie, from what I can tell on the discs anyway. You know, the typical Paramount discs, but as you can see, special features here, no special features listed for the other one. I don't know if there's special features on the first disc. I talk about the entire trilogy, but I'm not expecting it. I don't really expect much out of the special features, unfortunately, because I'd be interested to hear John Landis talk a little bit about the third one to see what exactly happened, because I know that's always been a notoriously hated comedy sequel. This one's Quiz. So these last three movies I actually just bought at the dollar store. Yeah, crazy enough. We've gotten to the point where Blu-rays are now being sold at the dollar store, and some of these aren't even that obscure. Like Quiz apparently was this AMC movie, which I don't know anything about, but I saw this Blu-ray. I mean, there's even special features on it, and somehow it was already at the dollar store, so I was like, well, I will check this out because it sounds interesting enough from reading the back. I have this other one here. This is Spree, starring Joe Carey. I've heard a lot about this one recently. I don't know if it popped up on one of the streaming services or what, but people have been talking about it, and randomly I saw a Blu-ray release of it at the dollar store, which kind of shocked me. I didn't even know that this movie got a Blu-ray release. I thought it was a streaming-only film, so that was kind of surprising. Definitely want to check this one out just because of the things I've heard about it. This is The Shaft from 2019. That also starred Samuel L. Jackson, which is apparently a sequel to Shaft from the 2000s, which is also connected to the universe of Shaft. You would never guess that Shaft would have so many movies in its franchise, all titled Shaft. But anyway, this is the 2019 one. It was at the dollar store, crazy enough, even though it's a pretty recent movie. But yeah, I figured if I own the other Shaft movies, I might as well get this one. I actually don't own the one from 2000. I do have to get that one. But otherwise, my Shaft collection is almost complete. Unless I get that one from the Criterion collection, but I haven't decided on that yet. Anyway, that was everything this week. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video, and special shout out to Lauren, Anthony, Anna, Kirsten, Spencer, Lucas, Ryan, and Robert for supporting me on Patreon. By joining my Patreon, you can get exclusive blogs and videos, and for just $7, you can get your own monthly movie review. I hope you stick around, cinephile, and have a happy, productive day.